Warner's Pond in Concord has been part of the town landscape since a dam was built on Nashoba Brook in the 1850s to power a local mill. While the Warner's Pond Dam no longer produces power, it does create a large impoundment that comes with a host of ecological and infrastructure challenges. One problem is the buildup of sediment in the pond, making it shallow and the water warmer, encouraging the growth of algae and aquatic plants.
The things that do thrive are the things you don't want, like those invasive aquatic species, which really are problematic. In some cases, they cover the entire surface of the pond, and when they die and they break down, that decaying process pulls oxygen out of the water. When you have that kind of situation, a hypoxic environment or an environment that does not have enough oxygen, it impacts the fish and other creatures that live in the water. So you get the situation where the water quality goes down, the habitat goes down.
Obsolete dams are coming down across the state because of clear benefits to the ecosystem, especially fish. Once Talbot Mills Dam in Billerica comes down in the next year or two, migratory fish will reach the federally designated wild and scenic Sudbury, Assabet, and Concord rivers for the first time in over 200 years. Removing Warner's Pond Dam would add an additional 17 miles of river habitat for these fish to spawn in our watershed, as they did for millennia before these dams were installed.
So the Talbot Mills Dam removal is one of the most significant dam removals in Massachusetts. It's slated to happen next year, and what you have is a dam that's blocking passage for over 200 years to all these tributaries in the Concord, the Sudbury, the Assabet, and Nashoba Brook. And so when that dam comes out, it's really going to be a historic removal that will allow many species to move up towards Warner's Pond Dam. And so you'll probably see species like alewife, blueback, American eel, and maybe American shad move up and move further up in the Nashoba Brook watershed. So it's really part of the potential to really expose these fish to a much wider amount of habitat. And I think dam removal is really the option you want to pursue because it eliminates that obstruction completely. It creates full connectivity for aquatic life upstream and downstream of that obstruction. So really good for sediment transport, invertebrate transport, and all the species that want to go back and forth. Fish ladders can be very useful, but really in almost every case, if you're able to take the dam out, that's what you want to do to help support restoration of all aquatic life.
The water will be cooler, which means it'll hold more oxygen for the creatures that live in the water. It'll also be flowing faster, so it's not going to be that ideal habitat for the aquatic plants. So it's going to really address the eutrophication issues, which is the pond being overgrown with aquatic plants.
I am a lover of rivers. I love to paddle, and I have worked with river organizations all over the state. Free-flowing rivers are a paddler's dream. Just imagine being able to paddle down the winding streams in Acton, all the way through Warner's Pond, down the Nashoba Brook, past the bakery, and to the Assabet River. You can't do that right now. Currently, if you go paddling in the Warner's Pond, it is choked with weeds. You dip your paddle in, you're moving weeds, not water. And it's not fun.
By removing Warner's Pond Dam, we will replace its vegetation-choked impoundment with a free-flowing brook that is ecologically healthy and beautiful in its own right.
There would be a small 5-acre pond that would remain here, but the rest of this would look like a healthy river. It's a very different but a very beautiful landscape. You have a river, you have the banks and all the plants that grow alongside them. There still will be a pond here, just a much smaller pond. But this isn't going to get developed. This is conservation land. I believe and I hope it's going to be very similar to what we have right down the road, just here and accessible and open for everyone to see and enjoy.